Hello, hello. So, containers. What do you think's in them? Nothing. Nothing. Huh, that seems strange. Nothing in the containers. Those are queens. Tetramorium immigrants queens. Oh, what's that? 4 more. Oh, what's that? A ton more. These are what I caught yesterday for their nuptial flight. These are already caught. I found more, but I let the rest just keep venturing on to find a place for their nest. Oh my gosh, okay. I just realized where one of the huge nests that had tons of queens is, which I'm not going to mess with it because it's difficult to put back. So I got, there's 7 queens in here, I think. Yeah, 7 queens, 3 queens in here, that's 10, 4 more, 14. We got 14 queens here, which is actually a lot. So I'm thinking I'm gonna keep probably 8 of them. 8 to like 11 of them. So that's gonna be nice. So these queens, there's something special about them. They can have multiple queens, but you can only have 1 queen by the end of it. By the time the workers arrive, the workers will pick off the rest of the queens and leave 1, which is what they think is the best queen. This colony over here is doing really good. Test tube's a little dirty, but they have tons of workers. Campanata's colony that I raised from a queen. And then right here is a Formica subcericea colony. It's got 1 worker. No, it's got 2 workers and 3 queens. You're like, what? So they have got, what is that, like 5 cocoons there and a ton of larvae. Not 6 cocoons and like a ton of larvae. So that should be perfect. And then I have a Campanata's Tromates colony. It's got 5 workers, and it's got a couple eggs. Those are my best colonies right now. So there is something a little special. So this is a just let me find where okay, there it is. Let me take this off for you. So these queens are constantly dying for me. Right here. Which I'm not sure why they keep dying on me. I've had multiple different scenarios. 2 times, different places. I was at the pool. I was at a pool, okay? A in-ground pool. Different in-ground pools, right? At different places. Like, that were like an hour drive away from each other. So, shouldn't the same thing happen, right? Well, I put them in test tubes. They're in shade for a few hours. Or to a couple hours to a few hours. And by the end of it, they're all like dying. They're in the middle of dying. Like this one is here. I have no idea if it's lack of water or something different, because I had one in my pocket, this one right here, and it was in my pocket for 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours. So not horribly long, but a lot longer than I wish I would have had it in my pocket. Which it might have died because lack of water. I'm not sure though. I wasn't like I was outside the whole time. I was inside half the time, outside half the time, because we were doing something that had us go in and out of the house a lot. So I'm not sure what happened to her. But this is the only queen I've caught of it this year. Last year, I caught like 6 of these queens. Well, 6 of this queen exactly, I think, because it happens to the same species. Actually, there's an ant. You know how it's 4th of July? I'm posting this the day I upload it, so it's 4th of July, a U.S. holiday, which is... I get to go watch fireworks today, but what was cool last year is there was a formica nest. These ones right here I'm showing you are gray and black, like silverish kind of. This one here was like red and brown, red, orangish, brown. So there was a dark brown, reddish, or dark reddish brown queen, and it had like dark brown as another color to it, just plain dark brown. And they were having nuptial flight at night at like 9 to 10 o'clock on 4th of July last year. I'm sitting here, are you serious? 4th of July, they're having nuptial flight? So I'm going to call them the 4th of July ant. See, there's one of the workers just picking up larvae. Actually, no, that's pupae. That's pupae that hasn't spun its cocoon yet. They got about 20 eggs, 5 or 6 larvae. I don't know, 30 eggs or so. And then they got those 2 pupae that are not as close because they're still haven't spun their cocoons yet. But that's gonna be all for this video. Just want to show you guys all the tetrahorn queens that I'm gonna get in test tubes tonight. But one last thing on this ant. I don't know the species because there's so many formica that look almost exactly the same. Like, just the coloring's barely off. I don't know if it is a just little color difference in the species or if it's an actual different species. Anyway, I can't even figure out which one of the species they are because there's so many that look similar. So that's one thing. And these queens have been in here since yesterday morning, and they're not dead because of water. So I'm not sure how these queens keep dying, because they should be fine. They're bigger. They're twice the size. So that means they should last about half the time, so at least 12 hours, and they're lasting an hour. Another thing is the temperature difference is what I'm thinking, but that doesn't make sense either unless it's a very sensitive species, because I would have them out and they'd be fine. I bring them in the car, I get home, and they're dying. I don't know if it's the temperature difference. It's either temperature difference, or lack of water. It's one of those two, I'm guessing. But it's just weird because I have these queens, they'll sit, I'll get them, I won't have time to get them in a proper test tube, so they'll sit there for a day, just chilling. That's one less day they're comfortable, and one less day they have to start laying eggs, but it's one day where they're sitting here and they don't die. They're fine. Oh, so Formica subspeciaria, they can have multiple queens. So that's cool. Well, that's probably gonna be all for this video. I gotta check on my Protolepis in Paris queen in the next video. And I'm at 41 subs, depending on what time you see this video. And that means we're getting close to 50 subs. So either I'm gonna get stung by a couple fire ants, it might take a little while, or I can get a stream up for a little while. Probably like 10 to 30 minutes, hopefully. So, whatever you guys choose for 50 subs, I'll probably post more on it in another video. So, see ya.